Alrighty. So, like I said, welcome back to another Codename Jelly stream. I am Codename Jelly. I figured today we would do something a little bit different, and try out Beacon Pines. It is new to me, so I have no expectations, in this, or like anything. I don't know. This is new. I don't really have much as far as what to kind of expect. So we're gonna learn together. I know it's a cozy game, and that's all I know, really.
Dear reader, allow me to introduce you to my book. Though it might at first appear like many books you've come across, it is far from ordinary. You may, therefore, have some misunderstandings about its nature. The story that awaits you has not been fully told. In fact, its conclusion is not yet known, even to myself.
Ooh.
It is in that way that my book is special. It is in that way that you are special. Without you, there is no story.
Interesting.
Chapter 1. Normal isn't what it used to be. This is a story about change. Nestled in a shallow valley is the town of Beacon Pines. Far from the town square, across the river, past the neglected welcome sign, a young boy walks alone at dawn. His name is Luka Van Horn, and like you, dear reader, he's here for a reason.
First of all, I gotta say, I do love the graphics. Look at how cute he is. Today's the first day of summer vacation. I start middle school next year, I guess. Oh, I was 6 years old when you died. It's been 6 years now. From here on out, you'll have been gone longer than you were here. Mom always said this tree was your favorite spot in the world. Me too.
Rollo was Luka's closest friend.
Rolo.
He possessed many fine qualities, but subtlety was not one of them.
Well, after I banged on your door till your gran answered, and after I checked the pond and climbed up to the treehouse, then I knew I'd find you here.
Rollo finally noticed the tears welling in his friend's eyes, and the flowers on the grave.
Oh, yeah, right. You and your mom always did this on your dad's birthday. I didn't know if you were gonna keep doing it now that your mom's gone, too. Oh. She's not gone, she's just missing. I think I'm ready to get out of here. Aw. That was adorable.
Wonderful! I had a good feeling about you from the moment you opened my book. That charm is a very special thing. Very special indeed. Keep hold of it for now. Its purpose will reveal itself soon enough.
It's adorable, honestly. Oh yeah, I almost forgot the whole reason I was looking for you. I was wondering if you'd ever get to that. Found a perfect way to start our summer.
Rollo
How
looked
is
to the
that?
side suspiciously.
Oh no. Not here. They might be watching. They who? Not so loud. We need to do this in a secure location. Mission control. Alright, I just have to tell Gran and then we can head out. What are you gonna tell her? I don't know, I think of something. If it's all the same to you, I'll meet you at the welcome sign. Your grandma still kinda wakes me out. I don't do well with new people. She moved in like half a year ago. Just meet me at the sign when you're done. Suit yourself, I won't be long. Tell Gran before heading out with Rollo, okay?
Dear reader, Reader, forgive me for this interlude. Remember that charm you found in the dandelion pat? There are more of those special charms to discover throughout Beacon Pines. They've been known to reveal themselves to those who are willing. Some of them can be found in this very house.
Oh, wow.
Since Gran had moved in, the house was more peaceful, more orderly, and more covered in flowery fabric. One of his father's old stethoscopes. Luka had spent countless hours listening to anything and everything with it. Not for years, though.
Ponder. The way he just slid
Gran
off
had
of
already
it.
lit the fire. She kept a warm house, as if by grandmotherly obligation. Just some dusty knickknacks.
Well, she's not in here.
An array of prepared meals crowded the refrigerator, each labeled with a day of the week. A pair of dull scissors, a broken can opener, a mostly empty bottle of glue, and some loose string.
Sounds like a good old-fashioned junk drawer. Look at that junk drawer.
The only piece of furniture Gran had brought when she moved in was an old hutch.
Interesting.
Luka paused at his parents' bedroom door. He just wasn't ready to go in yet. Gran had commandeered the upstairs closet when she moved in. Some things need shelter from a young boy's mischief, she said.
Even she's not here.
Luka tossed on his favorite old sweater. Even though it was the first day of summer, a chill still hung in the air. Gran's moving in meant that most of Luka's things had been crammed in the corner. Luka was somewhat annoyed by the situation.
It's kind of mean.
Gran's bed was undisturbed. Luka didn't mind that she had a habit of falling asleep in front of the fireplace. It meant that he could read late into the night.
So then where is she? Could I possibly go out this door? Yep.
Oh my, this is quite
There she is.
exciting. I am now certain that you are the one I've been waiting for all these years. You'll recall I was a bit coy regarding the use of charms earlier. Excuse me, I tend to have a flair for the dramatic. You are about to encounter your first turning point. There are certain times in this tale when everything hinges on a single word. Step forth, dear reader. Young Luka would spend hours hiding in the bushes, waiting for a chance to jump out and startle his mother. She always enjoyed humoring him by feigning terror. A beginner's guide to gardening laid open on the bench.
Hey, Gran, I'm gonna hang out with Rilla for the day. See you later. Hold up now. Where are you and Rilla headed exactly?
The
Nowhere
less Gran
special.
knew, the better for everyone involved.
We were just gonna go. I would say chill for the day.
We were just gonna go chill for the day. The best lies are built on truth.
You boys are always in a hurry to do nothing. We stick to what we're good at. Make sure you're done chilling in time for supper.
Easy. Impressive. You've managed to navigate your first turning point without too much of a mess. That is the power of charms. A single word can change everything. I think it's time to introduce you to the Chronicle.
Ooh. Not the Chronicle.
The Chronicle is a record of the decisions you've made. You can see the turning point which has been revealed. At any time, you can use the Chronicle to go back and invoke different charms, creating new branches. Luckily for us, this is the one and only turning point where the charms won't dramatically alter fate. It's the perfect opportunity to experiment with rewriting things. We were just gonna go ponder for the day.
Oh, really? What are you guys going to ponder on such a lovely day
This was
exactly?
Luka's chance to sell his alibi.
You know, big stuff, small stuff, medium, mostly medium
Nailed
pondering.
it.
Make sure you don't overburden yourself with the preponderance of pondering. I'll forget it. Off with you now. That's adorable. Oh, and Luka, you and Rollo stay out of trouble. Get into trouble with Rollo. Oh no. There he is. Oh no. Dang it, Rollo.
For a town that saw few visitors, the welcome was perhaps more grand than necessary.
I do like the drawing style of this, though. You know the drill. Don't let anyone discover our secret path.
Chapter 2. Welcome to Beacon Pines. For many years, this valley had been a small mining outpost. It wasn't until Sharper Valentine built his fertilizer company that Beacon Pines was established. Over the next 30 years, the town had grown and prospered until the foul harvest and his sudden death. In the 6 years since, everyone was simply trying to get by.
Sorry, young Mr. Van Horn can't talk now. Very busy
Mayor
with
Augustus
preparations.
Valentine was not busy.
Sorry, Gus. Mayor Valen.
Flustered, Gus instinctively loosened his tie.
Keep up the good work. I must briefly attend to a concerned citizen. What? That's nothing. Keep at it. What can the mayor of Beacon Pines do for you today? Just saying hi. Good day to you too, Mr. Young. Mr. Van Horn. Mr. Kerr.
William Kerr was the CEO of Perennial Harvest Company.
Ugh.
He had become a fixture around town over the past few years. After the failing of Valentine fertilizer, the town was hungry to welcome a new source of employment.
Excited for the big festival? Oh, sure. Come on now, when I was your age, there was nothing more exciting than a town festival. The food, the music, the dancing. Sounds pretty alright. Yeah. You're gosh dang right it is. I'm looking forward to letting off some steam myself. Make sure to invite all of your little friends. I couldn't keep Rollo away if I tried. Excellent. Sorry, Luka, I gotta get back to the proverbial grindstone. Our harvest awaits and all that. Oh no, the left side's a little low. Oh man. Hey Jetson, is the line playing any tunes today? No bites this morning, I'm afraid. Come to think of it, I can't remember the last time I reeled one in. But hey, it was never about the catch. This is where I come to think. That's what my dad used to do here. That reminds me, if you ever want his chair back, I've taken to standing recently. It keeps me from falling asleep at the reel. If you don't mind, I think it should stay. Not at all. An empty chair makes for a great listener.
Whenever Luka saw his dad's chair by the pond, it reminded him of the days they'd pack up a couple of sandwiches and fish until sundown.
Aw. Go pick out your bait from the tackle box.
Luka opened the tackle box and picked the perfect bait. Luka tied a shoestring to the hook. What fish could resist a nice shoestring?
Give it a good cast now. Ooh, I caught a boot. Where do you think the other one is? Hard to say. Some things drift away. That's not fair. No, it's not. Well, wherever it is, I hope that other boot at least has a sock to keep it company. Oh my gosh.
Luka tied a shoestring to the hook. What fish
Oh, we
could
already
resist?
did that one.
Luka gently good for skimming the surface.
Let's see. What did I catch? A rubber ducky. Well, I'll be switched. It's your old rubber ducky. You were just a little drooling ball of fur when you lost that. Cried for days. I told you it'd turn up. That's too funny.
The boys had a good thing going, as long as they kept old Jeff happy. They had an endless source of precious materials to add to the treehouse.
Okay, what's that top secret plan to start our summer? So you know the abandoned warehouse by my place? The old Valentine building? Yeah, well, it isn't abandoned. What makes you think that? Get this, last night it was glowing. Glowing? Are you sure? Kinda. The place has been empty since the foul harvest. Yeah. Who would even want to poke around that place? We would, Rolo. We would. Wait. It's just a busted old warehouse. I just meant we could do some research at the library. You want to actually go to the warehouse? What do you expect to find? Answers. My mom's out there somewhere, and it seems like everyone wants to pretend that she's gone for good. You don't have to come, Rolo, if you don't want to. Luka, remember the time I sort of accidentally burned down the chicken coop? And you jumped in and said it was your fault before my paw throttled me? This is a flaming chicken coop sort of deal. I've got your back. Thanks, Rolo. Now that I think about it, poking around a decrepit fertilizer warehouse is exactly how I want to spend the first day of summer. Let's go.
Luka's winter coat decommissioned for the summer. With the cold holding out longer than usual, he reconsidered its usefulness.
Oop, I didn't mean to exit yet. That's fine. I don't know where he went.
Mr. Sinclair continued snoring and lifted one eyelid just enough to see who it was, a tactic he often used to avoid undesirable conversation.
Don't you see I'm sleeping, boy? How's the nap been today? Crummy as always. Used to have a perfectly nice view from here. The perennial harvest. Put that monstrosity of a building in the way. Why don't you just move your chair? Why should I be the one that moves? If it's a showdown they want, I ain't gonna be the one who blinks. Okay then. Come on, Annie, grab his wallet. I'm sorry, Iggy, I can't. Do it or we pound ya. Yeah, but my mom said, yeah, but. If I had a nickel for every yeah, but, I'd be the freaking king of nickels. Ain't that right, Tish? Bullies. Mr. Van Horn, do you have a moment? It's just Luka. Golly, I'm sorry. It's my first week at perennial harvest.
He pulled a pen from the pocket of his sweater vest and began to frantically jot something down on a clipboard.
Wonderful, it won't happen again. If we're going to be on a first name basis, then you can call me Pete. Oh, nice to meet you, Pete. I'm sorry, what are you writing? Oh, just documenting. Gosh, it's exciting to be a part of something so darn special. You know, it's not just about new fountains and phone booths. We're gonna change the world. It all starts here in Beacon Pines. Isn't that amazing? Uh-huh. Anyway, I better get. Well, that reminds me. We'd love to hear your thoughts. My thoughts? You bet. If we're gonna change this town, we need to get every detail right. Well, that sounds intense. Changing the world is intense. So what you say? Could you answer a few questions? Well, I guess if it's quick. Wonderful. Open to answering a few quick questions. One down. See, it's not that hard, is it? Okay, we're going already. Question 2. What is something you love about Beacon Pines? Never really thought about that before. Perfect. It's the only place I've lived. See, that wasn't so painful.
Pete stopped scribbling and glanced up from the clipboard.
Was it? I guess not. Huzzah! My first 3 questions answered in record time. Are you literally writing down everything? Thank you so much for your time. I need to process these answers. We can save the rest of your thoughts for later. Okay. Our harvest awaits. Weird. I'm just catching my breath a bit. Go on, I'll catch up.
Holden Wilder ran the local paper of record, the Beacon Beacon.
The Beacon Beacon. Hey, Mr. Wilder. Morning, Luka. What's the day have in store for you? I was wondering if you heard any news about... News? The Beacon Beacon knows news that needs knowing. Any news about the old fertilizer warehouse? Nope. Oh. Rollo thought he saw some lights there last night. Rollo ought to be careful poking around that part of town. The winds of change are blowing. And change is a dangerous animal. Okay then. Hey, Mrs. Nelson. Morning, Luka. Any big plans for the summer? Not really. Heard anything about the old fertilizer warehouse? Any strange happenings? Can't say I have. Either way, a dusty old warehouse is no place for a young boy. You be safe now.
Miss Hatch could often be found near the fountain, too absorbed in a book to be distracted.
Same. The two wander down the wooden path, unaware of the danger ahead. Oh, this is getting good. Same. I feel that. Luka, just the fella I was looking for. Hey, Roxy, what's up?
Rendezvous with Roxy. This is an important turning point.
Uh-oh.
The first time where your charms will change the course of fate. And currently, we only have one suitable charm at our disposal. Have no fear, we can always return later using the Chronicle once we find more charms. Well, now I'm just rambling. Where were we?
Have you seen my blockhead brother today? He skipped out before breakfast. Well, not really, no. Can't say I have. Can't say or won't say. Roxy, would I lie to you? Luka, wait, I almost forgot to tell you. Roxy might be lurking around here. This is one of her favorite places to stand around and be useless. Rollo. So we need to make sure she doesn't spot us. Rollo. Why are you doing that turning thing with your body? Wait, you're not scared, are you? She's harmless. And a chump. She's right around the corner, isn't she? Well, there's our trouble. Don't mind me, just over here lurking uselessly. Hey sis, nice weather we're having, huh? I couldn't help but notice you snuck out this morning before breakfast. Wasn't hungry. Also couldn't help but notice your morning chores were left unchored. Roxy, I'm gonna level with you. I'm sick and tired of digging up carrots. We all gotta pick up the slack since the foul harvest. Almost every carrot I dig up is rotten, and the rest look like they were hit with Hank Atomic's shrink array. All the more reason to keep digging. There's gotta be more to life than puny carrots. Look, Roxy, Luka and I have places to be, so if you don't mind... Oh, I do mind. I'm not gonna catch hell again because of you. So either you march yourself home and harvest those carrots, or I haul you home myself. Oh no.
Rollo froze as Roxy took a step toward him, cracking her knuckles. Luka knew he had one chance to save his friend from being dragged home.
In the past, he found the best way to deal with an enraged Roxy was to be a little chill.
In the past, he found the best way to deal with an enraged Roxy was to be a little chill.
Come on, Roxy. It's the first day of summer, the sun's shining, we just want to take it easy. Let's leave tomorrow's problems for tomorrow. That's great and all, but Rolo's problems have a way of becoming my problems. Pa always said tomorrow's work is best left for yesterday. March, you big oaf. I respect a full report about the Valentine place. A full report. Investigate the Valentine warehouse alone. So, Fitz. What are you up to this lovely day? Nope. Cool. Hey, Solomon. Apologies, no time for chit-chat. Okay. Luka, my boy, hold up a tick. Hey, Mr. Nun Creed, I was on my way to... I just sold the last jar of your grandmother's preserves. Can't stock the shelves fast enough, it turns out. That's great, but I'm actually... I guess Juniper will just have to swing by with more of her lovely jam. Uh-huh. Well, don't let this old man slow you down. You just remind her that she still owes me that dance.
A promise Gran regretted the second it was made.
Oh no. Will do. She is a fine woman, that Juniper. Yeah, she's pretty cool, I guess. A real fine woman. Ugh. Gotta go. Sweeter than any jam on earth. Oh god. Run, Luka, run.
The phone booth was brand new. Part of Perennial Harvest's Beacon Pines Reborn initiative. It didn't see much use.
Excuse me. Let's go. Oh. Didn't see this person. Oh, hey, Luka. Hey, Joey. How's the bug hunt going? Not great. Bugs have been shy this week. Bugs get shy? Oh, sure. Bugs aren't different from people. Sometimes they just want to be left alone. If you're going into Weepwood, just be careful where you step. No bug crunching. Got it. Well, let's go this way and see. Is this it?
The Valentine Mansion loomed over every other building in town, both figuratively and literally.
So that's not it.
After the foul harvest destroyed their wealth and reputation, the Valentines shuttered off their estate from the rest of town.
So that's not the way to go then. Through the forest I go.
The path led into a small hollow at the edge of Weepwood.
Okay, no turning back now. Caution, electrified fence.
The fence thrummed with a gentle electric buzz.
Okay, so what would Rolo do if
Luka
he was
often
here?
asked himself what Rolo would do, so that he could rule out that option.
Definitely not touching it.
As sparks flew from the fence, the light atop that section shut off. 2 bulbs remained. One more to go. The fence's buzzing gave way to silence.
Moment of truth.
Every kid in town knew the old Valentine fertilizer building. Long abandoned, the warehouse once served as the industrial heart of Beacon Pines. Now, it stood only as a reminder of things left behind. The dormant building showed strange signs of life.
Okay, so Rolo wasn't exaggerating for once. What's
There was
going
only
on
one
here?
way to find out.
That smells awful. Too bad Rolo's not here. You'd have no problem poking around in there.
The hose emitted a subtle sound. It was actively draining some kind of liquid. The water looked almost diseased. It flowed slowly into the woods.
It's like everything's melting too.
Luka thought he heard faint sounds coming from the other side of the door. He pressed his ear against the cold metal to hear better.
A zipper?
The sound of footsteps grew louder.
Hello? What? Shit.
The heavy steel door knocked Luka to the ground. Disoriented, he looked up to see an imposing figure silhouetted in a green glow. It lunged toward him. He tried to scramble away, but felt a gloved hand latch onto his ankle. Luka watched his fingernails leave trails in the dirt as the hand slowly dragged him back through the door, into the lab, into the green light. This is a story about change. It was far from the sort of change Luka imagined for himself, but change is, after all, a dangerous animal. The end?
What?
I probably should have warned you about this. There are many paths that our story can take. Most will end in tragedy. But don't let that discourage you. We will find the ending that this story deserves. From here on out, a charm will have a check mark when it's been used to its full potential at a given turning point. Now, let's try something different.
Let's see. I guess so we need to go back and use shit. Was to be a little shit.
In the past, he found the best way to deal with an enraged Roxy was to be a little shit.
I love that. Make a break for it. What have you done? Did that little shit just kick me? Run all you want, little twerps. You gotta come home eventually. Ooh. Investigate the Valentine warehouse with Rilla. Sorry about that. Rilla can get overexcited.
Solomon Valentine, current ward of and future successor to the Valentine fortune, huffed as he brushed off his pants.
A town of complete and utter fools. One wonder if it's worth taking anything here seriously. Either way, I'm really sorry. No matter, how are you doing? Me? Yes, with all that business about your mother and whatnot. Oh, I'm getting by. Still no word from her at all? Nope. That is truly a shame. Oh. Your grandmother has taken residence to keep house? Yeah. And how is that going? We mostly stay out of each other's way. You make it sound like she's rarely at home. No, it's not like that. She just has a lot to do. She settled in and trying to figure out how to make ends meet. Indeed. Well, count your blessings. It's better to have a caretaker who's rarely around, in lieu of one who tries to compensate by smothering you with attention. Well, that doesn't sound bad. Trust me when I say it's best to rely on yourself. Family has a way of creating more problems than they solve. That's a damn fact.
Solomon trifled a gesture toward the approaching heiress Valentine.
Speak of the devil. Do not wander off like that. I'm much too busy to be looking all over for you. Apologies, heiress. I was just taking a stroll through town. Strolls are for commoners. You're a Valentine now. I want you to be present for the construction of the History Museum. The future of this town relies on its ability to remember our family's great past. Of course. Looks like the library hasn't opened. I'll check back later. I win. Little help. I am the champion! We were racing. Did that road get longer? Like anything ever changes around here, it seemed longer. You're just lightheaded from the run. You really need to pace yourself better next time. Not sure why I would take advice from second place. Ouch! Has that sign always been there? Wait, what? Don't touch it! Caution, electrified fence. No, that's definitely new. Creepy. How are we gonna get around the electric fence? Don't worry, I've got this. Oh. Why did you do that? Pa always said you can figure out the plan was when you're done. Great, what now? Well, I did my part and established touching the fence is bad. I'm sure you can handle it from here. I'll supervise. From a safe distance. Okay. Whoa, you're a genius. Huh, I feel like I've done this before, maybe. I think that did it. Luka, you never fail to impress.
As the glowing windows of the old warehouse came into view, Rollo began to bounce.
Check it out. Dang, Rollo, you weren't exaggerating for once. Was there ever any doubt? This definitely needs investigating. Good thing 2 ace detectives are on the case. This is bizarre. This is awesome. Oh. A rumble. Did you feel that? The excitement in the air? You bet your butt I did. Check out this puddle. That's not normal. And this hose. The door's locked. Try harder. No dice won't budge. Oh well. This dumpster's new, right? I bet it's got stuff in it. I can't really see what's in here. Who did all of this? My nose is itching. I think I smell some treasure. Are you sure that's not the hazardous waste? Just help me get in. Rollo, it would be my honor to throw you in the trash. Felt that. Come on, Lady Luck. So what's in there? Let's see. There's a squishy bag of squish. Wow. A good inch of stagnant sludge. Your natural habitat. Wait, hold the phone. Hold 2 phones. Check these bad boys out. Are those walkie-talkies? Just like Hank Atomic communicators. Huh, do these actually work? Ground command to Hank Atomic. Hank, do you read me? This is Hank Atomic. Ground command, you're coming in 555. How are your vital readouts, Hank? It's getting a little stuffy in here. Requesting assistance for evac. Help is on the way. Help is on the way, dear. What was that? Someone's coming. Give me your hand. I'm trying. My hands are covered in squish. Scoot over. I'm coming in. Tell me you saw that. Dude, I don't know what I saw. He's coming back. Get down. Oh, that looks like a bote. I love the sinister music.
The weight of the bag.
God, tell me that's not what I think it is. Luka, do you know what separates the run-of-the-mill detectives from ace detectives? A ridiculous hat. When the chips are down, ace detectives dig deeper for clues.
Around at the large sack which burdened them. He snapped off a tag from just within a small zipper opening in the bag.
Some sort of badge or something.
Rollo held the badge up to a faint shaft of light within the dumpster.
Dr. Prescott, Deep Engineering. It's a name tag. Who would throw away a bag full of slimy old name tags? I think just one name tag in a bag full of something else. Okay. I think we should make a break for it. Stay calm, this is no time to panic. I'm not panicking! You're panicking! Rollo, calm down. You don't have to squeeze my hand so hard. Dude, I am not holding your hand. Quit messing around. What other slime-covered hand would be in here? Ooh! Fuck. I'm beginning to see the benefit of your run for our lives plan. Right, we've clearly established that I'm faster than you, so I'll go first. Why not go together? Flaming chicken coop, Luka. I'll make sure the coast is clear. After I go, count to 100. If you hear me yell, run. If you don't hear me yell, run. Actually, either way, I'll ask. Rolo, I give you credit. I'm sure you found an eventful way to start our summer. Here goes nothing.
Luka sat in the dark, tracking the sound of Rolo's footsteps as he ran. 1, 2, 3. He pressed his ear to the dumpster wall, straining to hear Rolo's footsteps as they faded away. 15, 16, 17. He tried not to think about the contents of the dumpster as he counted. 35, 36, 37.
Hi, Meander.
The thick
Welcome
stench
in.
made it hard to breathe. Screw it, that's long enough. Luka carefully lifted the lid and peered out. Nothing. No sign of Rolo. No sign of the man in the yellow suit. Time to haul ass. Luka clambered from the dumpster, stumbling to his knees. He was up like a shot and running, sprinting toward home as fast as he could.
This is called Beacon Pines.
Beacon Pines flew by, blurred by the tears that welled up in his eyes.
It's like, I guess, like, from what I've gathered the last, I don't know, 30 minutes I've been playing, it's kind of like a choose your own adventure
He
kind of
wouldn't
thing.
remember getting home at all that night. Throwing his front door open, storming up the stairs to his room, and surrendering to sleep almost as abruptly as he hit his pillow. Chapter 3.
It's kind of interesting so far. It was on Game Pass, and I downloaded it a while ago because I thought it was going to be more like, I don't know. I mean, it's a mystery and everything, and like you go around and like you find like clues and like all these little things. But I didn't realize it was going to be like a choose your own adventure type thing. It's not too shabby so far.
Finding a friend. The next morning, it was quieter than usual at the breakfast table. Only the sound of silverware and chewing interrupted the awkward silence.
Finished jarring a mess of jam. So I'll need to get delivered into town. Okay. What did you and Rolo get up to yesterday? Well, we were just hiding under a body. It's fine. Hello. Calm down. No, of course it was the right thing to do. Start gathering folks. I'll be right there. Uh-oh. Are you sure there isn't anything you want to tell me about yesterday? Anything I want to tell you? Not really. We just sort of ran around a bit.
Gran's brow furrowed. She let out a long sigh. Her voice was quiet and even.
Uh-oh. I have to go take care of something. You are to stay in this house for the day. Under no circumstance are you to leave. What? If I'm not back by dinner, there's stew in the icebox. But nothing. Here to stay here. Oh, man. I'll stay here till you get back. Good. Damn. Graham's not messing around. You left the icebox open yesterday. We're not made of money, you know. We didn't even touch the icebox. That was strange. What am I supposed to do?
Luka was desperate to check in with Rolo. Until Gran returned, he was trapped.
Let's go into the garden. Maybe there's something out in the garden.
A sturdy old wheelbarrow.
Nope, just a wheelbarrow.
A faint electronic sound floated in the air.
Where is that coming from? It's like louder in here. Maybe upstairs? Yep. Is anyone there? Oh. It's the thing. Where is that me? Over? That was strange. Someone's knocking on the door. Hey Roxy, if this is about me accidentally kicking you yesterday, is Rolo here? No. Look at me, Luka, this is serious. Is Rolo here? No, I haven't seen him since yesterday. Rolo didn't come home last night. Uh-oh.
A pit formed in Luka's stomach.
Where was the last place you saw him? We were playing around in Weepwood, and then it was late and we went home. Weepwood, if he's alive, I'm gonna kill that little creep. Is there anything else? Anything
Luka's
that he
mouth
said?
felt dry.
We were just messing around. I need to let people know to check the woods. You just stay out of trouble. Go see if he's hiding in the library or something.
Luka could feel his heart
But I
beating
can't
in his throat.
leave. Uh-oh. Well, I guess I have to leave. Grandma's gonna be pissed. And it is very empty here. We really need to get back to work. Just a couple more minutes. If Roxy said she will be here, then she will be here. And I could be standing around doing nothing and getting paid for it. Come on, Lumi, Roxy needs our help. Yeah, well, good intentions don't qualify as legal tender. There she is. My parents won't listen. No offense, but isn't Rolo always getting into trouble? Something feels different this time. What can we do to help? We need to check where the adults aren't, so I guess it's up to us to check Weepwood. Our shift doesn't end for a couple of hours. We could spend the time making posters. Sure. Fitz and I will check Weepwood. We'll be back later to pick up the posters. I think my dad has a map of Weepwood. Let's swing by my house. Okay. Uh-oh. What's this about a missing child? I must stress the situation is completely under control. All just seems so terrible, and you're sure there's nothing we can do to help? Nonsense, young Mr. Cotter will turn up safe and sound. Oh gosh. I trust my sister has supplied you with suitable lodging? Yes, Miss Valentine has been more than accommodating. Oh no. You're just telling our daughter, Beck that. Now where did she run off to? Uh-oh. Sharper Valentine found her.
A bit much, if...
Indulgent. Okay then. Well, let's go check out the library.
Kato volunteered at
he's
the
not
library
here.
during the
Tell you
summers.
that much.
He wasn't very social, so he'd dedicate each summer to becoming an expert in a single subject, making him a reliable source of very particular knowledge. If you were to ask Kato something he didn't know, he'd escape into the dusty old bookshelves and return with just the right thing.
Good to know.
Kato was lost in his reading. Luka crooked his neck to see the title, Introduction to Melitology.
Interesting. You snuck up on me. Good book. Dunno, just
He
started
gestured
it.
to the shelves.
I'm really running out of books I haven't read yet. I feel that. So now it's on to the wonderful world of bees. Turns out bees are pretty cool. Yes, bees are cool, okay? Unless they're a hornet. Fuck the hornets. Did you know that around 70% of bee species actually live in underground tunnels? That makes sense. Or that if there are two queens in a hive, they will fight to the death for supremacy. Yep, that is true. That's interesting, but you haven't seen Rollo around recently, have you? Not since yesterday. If I see him, you'll be the first to know. Aha! So funny. That was so bad.
Mycological phosphorescence.
Yeah. My complete loss of interest.
The bottom corner shelf was a dusty array of thick science books. Only one binding was clean enough to read. Cellular Biology and the Chemistry of Mitosis.
Oh god, cellular biology sucks. It is boring. It is very boring. Did Rollo come by? Nope, I was actually surprised. He's usually here early on days when new issue drops. Well, if he does swing by, tell him you know where. I don't know where. No, he knows where. Oh my gosh. Roger that, Space Cadet.
The entire top level of the library was devoted to comics, most of which were Hank Atomic and the myriad of lesser revered spin-offs. Oh, the cobs I've eaten. A salad-centric travel guide for the mildly adventurous.
What?
Sally Seashore's simple succulent sundries.
Oh god, say that 10 times fast. Sally Seashore's simple succulent sundries. God. That's terrible.
Luka brushed off a smudge of dust. Or maybe it was flour. 30 recipes so easy you'll doubt it's even edible.
Succulent.
A peek behind the curtain. The methods and ruminations of Patrick C. Montesquieu. One of the greatest acting minds of our time by Patrick C. Montesquieu. There were rarely any actual new additions. Simply a variety of existing content rotated into the front display each week.
Oh, let's see. What sort of monster puts candy behind a locked door? Mr. Nuncrade works weird hours sometimes. Of course he does. How about you? When do I work? No, what's your name? Luka Van Horn. Are you new? Yep, not by choice.
Moved often, giving her little time to establish any real connections. She would tell you she prefers it that way.
I'm looking for my friend Rollo. He didn't come home last night, so he's missing. I guess so. Like missing? Does that sort of thing happen a lot around
Luka
here?
shifted his feet uncomfortably.
Well, that sucks. Yep. So I should probably get going. Hey, wait up.
Beck pulled a coin from her pocket.
I'm coming with you. What? So says the unlucky penny. Unlucky? Yeah, well, technically, it landed on heads. Leave this kid to find his friend alone. But I always do the opposite. That's kind of like me and Rollo. I guess Rollo is my unlucky penny. That settles it. A person would never be without their unlucky penny. So let's go find him. Name's Beck. Pleasure to meet you. I suppose I could use some help. Try to keep up. Oh no. Oh, they boarded it off. But there is this way. Ooh.
Luka felt a chill as he approached Beck. Her eyes were locked on the strange green liquid. The nearby grass was coated in a fine layer of frost.
Is this sort of thing normal around here? Because the puddles of glowing ooze are definitely not what I expected. I have no idea what it is. Well, the next obvious step is science. What does science suggest? Poke it with a stick. Absolutely.
Luka watched as Beck dipped a broken tree branch into the goo. Beck's eyes widened as flowers grew from the dead wood. First
Whoa.
small buds, which quickly bloomed into vibrant petals.
Interesting.
As
Cool.
quickly as they had grown, the flowers began to shrivel and turn gray.
Oh,
Beck dropped the stick with a grunt of disgust.
okay. So the science tells us this gunk is weird as hell. Yup. Oh, great. Hey, Tish, look what the cat dragged in. Ugh. I don't have time for this right now, Iggy. Don't say like that. Things like that, it hurts Tish's feelings. Ain't that right, Tish? Yup. She looks fine to me. Oh, why hello, I don't think we've been properly introduced. Iggy's the name, this is my compatriot Tish. You've probably heard of us. Can't say I have. I'll forgive you just this once on account of you being new around here. Why would you hang out with this dud? Oh, he seems pretty alright. Iggy, why do you have to be so... you? Has he even told you that his parents skipped out on him? It's true, they got tired of having such a pathetic kid and left him. Iggy, I'm only gonna say this one time. Don't talk about my family. Well, look who's grown a backbone now that the girl's around. First his pops croaked, then his mom finally couldn't take it anymore and bounced.
Iggy took a step towards
Bounce
Luka,
off of a
his
rock.
sneer lit by the glowing puddle. Beck could see tears welling in Luka's eyes, his fists clenched. Some things about Beacon Pines were very different from the city. But a bully from a hayseed town is really no different from a city bully. Beck took a deep breath and thought.
Well, time to bust out tickles or strange.
Well, time to bust out the strange.
Let's do it. Looks like you need a little mud bath. What's wrong with you, new kid? We're about to pound your friend.
Beck stared in silence, the only sign of life being the twitch of an eye.
It's weird when people don't talk. Stop being a weirdo. Hello, are you some kind of wackadoo? Makes sense, wackadoos traveling past,
At the sight of Iggy taunting Beck, something in Luka snapped. Iggy's smirk shifted to a look of shock as Luka launched himself into his stomach.
Boom!
Iggy's clothes were drenched in the glowing ooze.
Jerk, my clothes are ruined.
Iggy's
I'm
voice
gonna.
began to slur as he struggled to get up.
Oh. Oh. I don't feel so good. Oh. Oh shit. Think we just killed a kid. That was intense. Nothing about this
Person in
seems
the
okay.
warehouse. This strange ooze and what it did to Iggy. Was Rollo caught up in all of this?
We have to find Rollo. You took the words right out of my mouth. Property of Valentine Fertilizer Company. Oh. What in the dickens are you up to in this part of town? We're just helping look for Rollo. Oh, you haven't heard the good news? Rollo showed up safe and sound a bit ago. Really? So where was he? It's funny, really. He just got a little turn around in the woods. They could be disorienting, you know. I'm starting to get that impression. Rollo's at his house now, getting some well-deserved rest. You two should scurry along before you get lost yourselves. Luka, your grandmother was looking for you. Uh-oh. She was worried sick. You should march straight home. Beck, your folks might be getting worried too. I'll walk you home. I need to talk with Nellie about work anyways.
Beck glanced toward Luka.
I guess all's well that ends well. I'll introduce you to Rollo tomorrow. She didn't tell
Rollo
him
was
her name.
safe. A wave of relief washed over Luka. which was quickly replaced by a sense of dread. Gran is going to kill me. If he hurried, he might just make it home before sundown. Chapter 4. Our harvest awaits.
Oh god, that's
Luka
sinister.
took a deep breath and gingerly opened the door, steeling himself for Gran's wrath.
Everything's fine. She's just helping look for a rollout. Well, she's not out here. Roxy came over. She was worried about him, so I figured you wouldn't mind if I helped look for him. Turns out Rollo's safe and sound.
Luka was alone. The house was empty.
Gran's not back yet. I guess that's a good thing. Nothing to do now but sleep, I guess. That's kind of sus. That's
Luka was sitting by the
little
pond,
sus.
listening to small waves lap against a rock. His father sat in a folding chair in front of him. Without turning, he spoke. "Why don't you grab me some nice bait?" "Sure thing, Dad." Luka hopped over to the tackle box and popped open the lid. Inside was a rolling, buzzing mass. "We're fishing with bees?" Luka's father gave a warm chuckle. "Well, you catch more fish with bees than honey. Pick us out a good one." Luka closed his eyes and plucked out a bee. He could feel its wings
Strange.
struggle between his finger and thumb. Holding it at arm's length, he hurried over. His father deftly baited the hook and examined his work. "Interesting choice." With a practiced flick of the wrist, the line buzzed in a graceful arc. The water accepted it without a splash or ripple. "The wrong choice. But I respect it." The pond began to freeze over. "Sometimes we gotta make the wrong choice before we can make it right." Pallid ice propagated across the still surface with an alarming speed. Luka scrambled back as the ground beneath him turned cold. "Dad, I don't..." "Sorry, kiddo. Understanding isn't always part of the deal." The relentless ice shot through the fishing line toward his father. "Dad, look out!" His father casually wound the reel. "None of it's your fault, you know. Never was." "Dad, we have to go." Luka grabbed his father's shoulders, trying to pull him away. "Please, you have to run." The ice crackled as it spread across his father's hand. "That's the thing about fishing, Luka." His chest began to crystallize. "You toss your hook in, and you never know what you're gonna pull out." A shock of searing cold ran up Luka's arms. He gave one last desperate tug. The chair tipped backwards in a single frozen mass. Luka tried to stop the momentum, but it was too late. He watched the icy form of his father slam into the hard ground, shattering into 1,000 pieces that crowded around his feet.
What? Traumatizing.
"Dad, I don't understand. What does all this mean?" The gentle rustle of leaves was the only reply.
There's that again.
Luka's eyes struggled to focus on the walkie-talkie. Faintly, he could hear Rollo amongst the noise.
Luka. Rollo, is that you? Luka. There? Oh, it's the middle of the night. Luka, thank God. Listen, I don't know how long this thing will work down here. Down
Rollo's
here?
voice was coming through more clearly now, but some words were still just static.
Listen to me, someone grabbed me yesterday. It was blank, took me to some sort of... I think I'm underground. Oh. Kinda. They seem more interested in blank for now, at least. Mr. Kerr said you made it back home safe. Kerr, no. Trust. He's... Hold on, someone's coming.
The signal went silent.
Rollo? Rollo, where
Luka
are
held
you?
still, waiting for a response, his pounding heartbeat marking the passage of time.
Okay, I think they're gone. Blank getting worse. I can
Rollo's
barely
voice
hear you.
began to fade.
Losing signal. Not much time. Mission control. You need to blank in the treehouse. The treehouse.
With that, the signal died for good.
What was he trying to say about the treehouse? What's at the treehouse? The antenna. He wants me to use the antenna in the treehouse to get a better signal. Rollo,
Luka
you're a
grabbed
genius.
the walkie-talkie and sprinted to the treehouse.
It is the middle of the night.
Luka heard a group of footsteps approaching. He dashed behind the bushes to avoid being spotted.
Uh-oh. So we all understand our roles. You can count on me. I still think we need more time. This wasn't the original
Mr. Tolliver
plan.
paused, shifting his eyes to one side.
We're all in danger now. I, for one, refuse to sit idly by while danger persists. Oh. Hiram, you just keep your wits about you.
Mr. Tolliver took one long, quiet breath.
You're right, you can count on me. I just wish that we could have made that deal with Eris Valentine. Her resources would have still come in handy. Plans change. How's Luka holding up? He's fine. We shouldn't lose sight of the fact that this is all... I know very well what all of this is for. We have no choice. Operation Sparkplug has a new objective. Are we in agreement?
The three shared a determined look.
Good. We'll reconvene after the festival. Uh-oh. Why are you meeting Mrs. Fratelli and Mr. Tolliver late at night? Oh, Jesus Christ. Dawn, you scared me. How long have you been there? Just a few minutes. Earlier today, I saw Mr. Tolliver and your gran enter the diner together. When my shift at the newsstand was over, they still hadn't left, so I used the greatest tool of any investigative reporter. Time. When they left, I tailed them here. What do you think they're up to? Whatever it is, they seem organized and determined. They mentioned the festival. Yeah, I heard that too. Has your grandma doing anything different recently? Anything strange? She got a phone call this morning and rushed out the door. A call from Miriam Tolliver, it seems. She was either furious or terrified, or both. Luka, be careful out there. I think we might be in the middle of the scoop of a lifetime. Aren't you coming out? Now I'm gonna stake out here for a bit longer. See ya. Okay then. Okay. Now let's see. I'm at the treehouse now. Mr. Kerr said you were alright. What happened? I'm assuming Mr. Kerr...
Luka could only see a cloaked shape behind the rocket. He strained to hear as a muffled voice began.
Weapons? How could you hurt something that's already dead?
Fear
What?
gripped Luka's throat.
Who are you? You don't recognize me? I guess I don't even recognize
Luka
myself
stared at the
anymore.
ground for a moment, trying to place the dampened voice. The figure shifted slowly from behind the rocket, revealing itself to Luka.
It's... And now they hunt me like the beast I am. Iggy.
Luka reached over empathetically. Iggy's tone jolted to dejected anger.
Don't touch me. This is all
Luka
your fault.
slumped to the ground, overwhelmed by guilt.
I didn't mean to. I lost control. So you couldn't control yourself for a second, and I get to be like this forever. Perfect little Luka saves the day. This positive attitude and power of friendship. None of this matters. There's no time. They're after me. They chased me all through the Weepwood. I only came in here to hide. Hide from who? Who's after you? It's not safe, Luka. Rolo, where are you? The treehouse. I'm at the treehouse, Rolo. Where are you? No, Luka, the treehouse isn't safe. They said they were going to the treehouse. I was trying to tell you to stay away from the treehouse. Who said they were going to the treehouse? The clipboards. What did I tell you? The perennial harvest wackadoos are after me. They've been chasing me, yelling questions at me. Uh-oh. They were saying the same stuff they always do, but it's different now. Less asking, more threatening. Oh no. In this apparel domicile. Crap, they found me. Don't panic, stay here and I'll see what they want. Oh, what the fuck? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you have time for an informal chat? We will be brief. Your time is valuable to us. Oh, okay. We have a problem. Yeah, it's the clipboards and a bunch of them. Maybe all of them? Yeah, you were right. They were saying the same stuff, but with the creepy knob cranked to 10. Might young Iggy be present? We would love to hear his thoughts.
Iggy slumped to his knees.
I don't know what to do. I'm just so tired. Luka, what do we do?
Luka grabbed the walkie-talkie and headed for the window.
Follow my lead.
Luka and Iggy climbed up the back of the treehouse to its roof, where Rollo had constructed his MCDC, the Mission Control Defense Cannon. From behind the crowd of clipboards, William Kerr strode forward, a warm smile on his face.
Oh no. Iggy, there you are. You gave all of us a heck of a scare. I'm sorry, Iggy, but no can do. Don't worry though, we're here to help. Help? Then why were you chasing me? Luka, can you talk some sense into your pal? Just look at him, he's not well. What's wrong with him? What did that gunk do to him? Well, that's a pretty hunk of a question. All you need to know is that he's sick. He's real sick. And I just need you to let us out there and take care of him. You told me Rollo was okay, that he was back at his place resting. He is. Poor fella just got a little lost. That's a lie. It's a hurtful thing to say. I thought we were buddies. Why? Because he lets you ramble on like a wackadoo? Nobody likes you.
Kerr's smile faltered.
Why don't you pop on down here so we can have it face to face? Yelling like this is gonna give us all a heck of a sore throat. And who
Luka's
wants
grip
that?
tightened on the MCDC.
What did you do to Rollo, you liar? Well, shucks, Luka. The only teeny tiny fib I told you was that he was at home. He is resting and he is perfectly safe. For now, at least. Oh, shit. Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second. Wow, what a nice fella. I had to call this guy, a few hours ago to get, some information from him, and I had to leave him a voicemail because he was busy, and he called me back, like, 5 minutes later, and he just called me back. He was like, I just wanted to make sure that I, like, actually spoke to you, and I didn't just, like, think that up. Anyways. What happened to him next is up to you, Luka. Look around. You're in quite the pickle, and I am the only person in the whole wide world who can help you. You get to decide how this ends. Oh, great.
Luka's mind
Here we go.
raced. He was caught in a trap. What do you do when there's no hope? Iggy wiped his cheeks with a sleeve. What are you gonna do, Luka?
Luka drew himself up and decided to take the only option they had left. fight, I
Luka
guess.
drew himself up and decided to take the only option they had left. He swung the mission control defense cannon around, aiming it confidently at the smirking face of William Kerr.
Hey,
Luka
Mr.
summoned his
Kerr.
most insolent demeanor.
Rollo sends his regards. Oh, that worked out. That was uncalled for, more than a little rude, and just plain unsanitary. I really did think we were good pals. What a shame that it's come to
Kerr
this.
turned his back on the two boys.
End this.
With a nonchalant wave of the hand, he made his exit.
Uh-oh.
As the clipboards began to slowly advance on the treehouse, Luka looked to Iggy with resignation in his eyes. The end. That escalated quickly. Maybe discretion was the better part of valor here. Let's put a pin in this for now.
Let's get back to this. Time to bust out. Let's try the tickles.
Well, time to bust out the tickles.
Tish, wanna see something cool? Check it.
Beck lunged forward and began to tickle under Tish's arms.
What is she, Tish? Is she tickling you? Yup. Yup.
Tears began to form in Tish's eyes as she gasped for breath between gales of laughter. Beck redoubled her efforts until Tish finally had had enough.
What just happened? She seemed nice. Sorry for the interruption. I think you were just
Iggy's
threatening
eyes
us?
darted around, a realization dawning on his face that he was now outnumbered.
I just remembered. I have somewhere to be. See you
Iggy
around, you
kicked
kid.
at the puddle before making his escape.
Oh, fuck it. Landed on back.
Beck shook the ooze out of her hair as best as she could.
Is it bad? Depends on what your feelings are about having a more mature, refined look. Uh-oh. Well, at least it's only gray hairs, not like
Chapter
a full
4.
wonky-ass face.
The best policy. Luka paused for a moment, catching his breath. He'd only just met Beck, and somehow he already managed to drag her into this mess. Hopefully he could make it up to her. But finding Rollo was his primary concern.
Uh-oh. What the hell are you doing out here? Why did a kid with gray hair just run past us in a
Roxy
panic?
and Fitz looked drained. It was clear they'd spent all day searching.
That's Beck. I don't care who she is, what happened. We were just helping look for Rollo. Luka, I need you to start telling me
Roxy's
the
temper
truth.
could often be dismissed as the impatience of an older sibling, but this was the most intense Luka had ever seen her. Her eyes were wild and unfocused, looking straight through Luka.
We're
In
running
a
out of
torrent of
time.
rambled words and tears, Luka broke down.
Rollo and I weren't just playing in Weepwood yesterday. We were investigating the lights at the old Valentine warehouse, but someone was there in a strange suit, and we hid in the dumpster, and a heavy bag dropped on us, and I think it was a body. And so we ran, but we got split up, and I ran home, and it's all my fault, and now my best friend may never come back. Wow. Just
Roxy,
wow.
still exhausted and angry, softened briefly as her eyes hunted the ground in thought. With a determined sigh, she looked up at Luka.
It's not your fault, Luka. Rollo's gonna be
Roxy
okay.
drew herself up.
I'm gonna fix this. Luka, go home. This is too dangerous for a kid. I can't just sit around. I have to do
Roxy
something.
tried to think of the safest place to send Luka.
You go back to that little treehouse you two like to play in. Wait there in case Rollo shows up. Sound like a
Luka
plan?
wiped his cheeks and gave a quick nod.
You did the right thing telling me the truth. Now scoot. You really believe his story? What other option do we have? Things have been strange around here leading up to the festival. My dad has been acting weird lately. Well, weirder than normal.
Looking into the puddle, Roxy rubbed her arms to warm up.
Why is it so cold here? This place gives me the willies. Now we gotta go to the treehouse.
Mr. Nuncreed jumped with a start.
Don't sneak up on an old fellow like that. Sorry, who are you talking to?
Luka motioned to the phone booth.
Oh no, I was just checking because I thought I heard it ring, but the dang thing never does, of course. The whole thing's a waste of money if you ask me. Any word from Rollo? Nope, not yet. Long time for a boy to lose his way. Rollo knows those woods too well to get lost. I suppose you're right. Silly boy's antics have this whole town worried sick. Antics? We all know Rollo likes to play his little pranks. You think this is a prank? What other possible explanation could there be? He's not playing a prank and he didn't get lost. Someone took him. I know it. How would you know that? Unless... Luka, is there something else you know?
Mr. Nuncreed gently placed one of his substantial hands on Luka's shoulder.
Dang it, boy, if there's something you know, something that could help your friend, you need to tell folks.
Luka peered up at Mr. Nuncreed. Kind eyes warmed a stern face. There was a deeper emotion hiding beneath it all. It was subtle, but Luka could sense something eating away at him.
There was shame lurking behind those eyes.
There was a shame lurking behind those eyes. A deep sadness. If Mr. Nuncreed was that worried about Rollo, maybe he could help.
Oh, how is this gonna end up? Yesterday, Rollo and I were messing around at the old Valentine warehouse.
Mr. Nuncreed raised an eyebrow.
Both of you? You were with Rollo when he went missing. Not exactly. I was hiding in the dumpster. The dumpster. What were you doing in there? First, we were just looking around, and someone in a strange yellow suit came and dumped something on us. We both got scared and ran, and that was the last I saw of him. You got scared by some garbage. Well, that's why you don't go skulking in someone else's dumpster. But it wasn't garbage. I think it was a body. I'm sure it was just some trash. Nope, there was a name tag. It said Deep Engineering.
Mr. Nuncreed's shoulders slumped.
I wish you wouldn't have said that. Oh no.
A deep sigh bellowed from his chest.
Why did you have to? I tried, Luka. God knows I tried to keep
Luka
you safe.
attempted to take a step back, but Nuncreed's hand clamped down on his shoulder.
He's the figure, but you Van Horns just can't help yourselves, can you? We were all so close to being done with this.
With a firm shove, Nuncreed manhandled Luka into the phone booth.
What are you doing? It's out of my
The door
hands
latched
now.
shut with a mechanical hiss.
What?
As
What
Luka
the
pounded the
just
glass,
happened?
the floor dropped from under his feet. The inside of the phone booth was now a loose capsule plummeting at gravity's whim. Luka winced and pressed his hands to the walls. As he braced for impact, the capsule hurried to a surprisingly smooth stop. He felt a cold rush of air and opened his eyes with hesitance. Two large figures in hazmat suits occluded his view. Luka heard the deep, resigned voice of Mr. Nuncreed over an intercom. He knows too much.
Oh no.
The end.
What?
Wait. No, this isn't the end. I know there's still much more. Somehow this went wrong. Okay, let's try something else.
It's gotta be this. It's gotta be the struggle.
This is a story about struggle. Luka could hear a machine humming somewhere nearby. He felt around wildly, searching for something, anything that could help. His hands found a hard object. He yanked it free, lifting the cold stone. Let me go! Luka swung the tile as hard as he could at the shape that still held fast to his leg. He heard the crack of glass as the stone hit the assailant's mask. With a muffled yelp, the hand let go. Luka was free and scrambled to the door. He never looked back once on the long run home.
This is when he went and explored by himself.
Chapter 3. Everything's fine. The next morning, it was quieter than usual at the breakfast table. Only the sound of silverware and chewing interrupted the awkward silence.
Okay, I see. So basically, it gives you a chance to go back and fix your mistakes, I guess. What did you and Rolo get up to yesterday? Oh, Rolo had things to do, so I just sort of poked around town. There's 2 batches to drop off. One for Mr. Tolliver at the Bag and Wag. Another for Miss Fratelli at the diner. Oh, and Mr. Nuncreed, he said he wanted some more. I suspected as much. Yes, he seems to have taken a particular interest in my jam. There's some extras for the in the basket for that enthusiastic gentleman. Oh no. Off with you now while the day is still young. So she wants Tolliver and Fratelli to get the top ones, but not the ones on the bottom. It's Juniper. Before you hang up, just hear me out. I have a business proposition. Simple matters, we both have the same problem that needs solving. Very well, we can meet tonight. Roxy can be so annoying. Good news, no more boring chores. Give me the dirt. Something happened. There was something else there. Was it aliens? I knew it'd be aliens. No. Zombies. No. Alien zombies? What else could it possibly be? Rolo, I gotta deliver these into town. Then we can catch up after. Sounds like a whole thing. Yeah, we should talk about it here. Meet me at the treehouse tonight. Maybe at Mission Control. Jesus. You have
Eris Valentine, oldest of Sharper Valentine's children, and heir to the Valentine fortune, had a way of making questions seem like demands. Mr. Wilder had learned to assume that if he was hearing from Eris, it was because she had taken issue with something he had put in the paper.
I couldn't help but notice that the front page of this morning's paper was consumed with stories about the silly festival. Well, yes, that's the news of the day. But there was no mention of the museum, nor the foundation through which it was endowed. I'm sorry, Miss Valentine, my readers are more so interested in this town's future rather than any one family in particular. There was a time, Mr. Wilder, when the goings on of my family was the only thing this town cared about. Well, things change, ma'am. And you know, change is dangerous. If you finish that thought, I will make that a monopole and permanent fixture of your anatomy. Did I give you the impression that this conversation was
Mr.
finished?
Wilder averted his gaze and began to polish his monocle.
Well, good day, Mr. Wilder. Well, isn't my favorite little jam runner?
She leaned forward and pinched Luka's cheek.
You're all skin and bones. Is your grandma feeding you? She is. It's just... I understand. You know, I taught your mama how to cook back in the day. You may not even remember, but you and her used to help out in the diner. See that picture over there? That's you helping your mama back in the day. So cute, running around in your little apron taking orders. Ugh. Oh, I've got a feeling she's out there somewhere, yearning to be with you again. Well, she might be. Few things in this world can keep a mother from her
shifted
son.
the basket uncomfortably. Mrs. Fratelli lifted the cloth and inspected the jam.
And they even have my name on them.
She carefully lifted out her jars of jam.
Tell your grand hello for me, Luka. Now we gotta figure out where to go with this other gym. Mr. Tolliver. Where was Mr. Tolliver? You can tell those jerks, doesn't matter how many boxes they pile up, I ain't moving. See this way? Nope. We'll go this way. Got some jam.
Mr. Nuncreed eyed Luka for a moment, then nodded in agreement.
Oh no. See, now that we know that he's involved, it's hard to kind of go through this.
Luka handed the jam to Mr. Nuncreed, and he nestled it with both hands.
Well, I'll just have to finish this batch off quicker than normal. You tell her to go ahead and get started on my next order. Where's Mr. Tolliver Nope.
Luka checked the soles of his sandals.
I think we're okay. It's weird that they're gone. They went missing when festival preparations began. Okay. Maybe he's this
The road leading to Beacon Pines was long and uninspiring. A sort of natural barrier for the impatient.
Nope. Okay. I don't think it's this way. Nope. Where the heck is he? Please tell this lazy butt to help out in the cafe. Maybe Zariel would like you to. If you ever do what you don't love, then you'll never work a day in your life. You really set the kid up for success. Piper, hey Luka, what's up? You know it's summer break, right? Of course. And it's like the morning, and you're studying. Like they say, the early bird gets the proper education requiring for a successful and fulfilling career later in life. Uh-huh. Okay then. That's, I guess. Anger for the past, mistakes not yet made, and a glimmering hope for the future. He carried them all in equal parts everywhere he went. Oh heavens, what a burden to bear. Oh, wait, I can go this way. Daha! I didn't know this was
Huddled
back
at
here.
his counter, Hiram Tolliver was meticulously shining apples. More accurately, Hiram Tolliver was meticulously shining one apple.
Blech.
With a yelp, Mr. Tolliver fumbled the apple, flailing at the air as it fell.
Sorry. No bother, no bother.
He leaned forward and lowered his voice.
I see you have something for me? Yes, Gran hit some jam I'm supposed to give to you.
A bit further.
Jam. Yeah, these ones on top. She wrote your name on
Mr.
them.
Tolliver leaned back, speaking loud enough for anyone to hear.
Ah, yes, the jam. Thank you so much for delivering this jam
He
to me.
reached forward and snapped up the jars of jam, giving Luka a little wink.
I shall put it on my store shelves post haste. This is my last delivery. Can I just leave the basket here with you? Of course,
He
of course.
leaned in for a final whisper.
Of course. What the strange. Hey you, anchovies or pineapple? What? Don't think. Just answer. Pineapple. Why? How old are you? 12? Perfect, follow me. Who are you? Anyone ever tell you you ask too many questions? Just try to keep up. Oh. What just happened? Well... Hey, what a crazy coincidence. This is my new friend I was telling you about. Oh, that's wonderful. Yep, we just hit it off. Oh, really? Get this, his favorite pizza topping in the whole world is pineapple. Well, duh, because pineapple goes on pizza. And what is your new little
Beck
friend's
locked
name?
eyes with Luka. The look on her face was equal parts expectant and desperate.
Luka Van Horn. Nice to meet you. I'm Nellie and this is Ilana. We're Beck's parents.
Beck gave Luka a quick nudge.
Oh yeah, Beck told me all about you. And it feels like we've known each other for years, so you both can stop obsessing about me making friends. Oh darling, we never doubted you. Woo! It's just that, for children with fewer than 5 close friends, the probability of a stunted development doubles. What? 1 down, 4 to go, I guess. What Nellie means is that we just want you to want this move to be as easy on you as possible. You can relax. A friend has been friended. This calls for a celebration. Luka, you must join us for dinner tonight. Dinner? Wow, another coincidence. I actually already asked him and he said he would love to. It's just wonderful. In that case, we should pick up some groceries. You two don't get into too much trouble now. I can't believe that worked. Thanks a ton. You're welcome. I owe you one. My moms are great and all, but they can be a bit much sometimes. Our house is the little cottage next to the big mansion place. Wait, you live on the Valentine estate? Yep, that's the spot. Meet me by the big creepy gate. Don't be late, or I'm back to square one on this whole friend grift. Great, see you there. Oh, but we're supposed to meet Rolo. Oh well. Oh wait, no. It's this way. Good morning, Jeff. What's so good about it? Another day further down the tubes, if you ask me. Come now, it's not all bad. The festival's coming up. The festival. Old man Valentine used to put on cockamine thing shindigs all the time, and where did that get us? Well, it's Perennial Harvest putting this one on, and they're doing it for the whole town. The difference between the old Valentine Company and this new Perennial
Jeff
Harvest
dug
outfit
through his pockets for a bit.
is the difference between this empty soup can and this brown banana. Those are both garbage. Exactly. Get 'em. I know it was this way. I'm tripping. So who all lives in that house? Eris and Gus Valentine grew up there, and Solomon moved in a few years back. The creepy kid in the vest? That sounds like the one. So just 3 people live in that huge thing. I bet a bunch of shady stuff happens all the time in a place like that. Not really. The Valentines pretty much keep to themselves. So it's empty and boring? Pretty much. What a waste. My mom says that it used to be way busier back before Sharper died, before the fowl harvest. Okay, that's like the 5th time someone has mentioned this fowl harvest thing, and you all use the same ominous tone. Eventually you're going to explain to me how that harvest got all fouled up. But we can't keep my parents waiting anymore. This way. Hey, we were here earlier. Most kids would have just ditched me by this point. Why are you still there? You look like you could use some help. You know what, Luka? You're not so bad. Let's get through this as simply as possible. Just eat, smile, and nod. Fun. Great, whatever you do, don't bring up their work.
Beck took a long breath, then gave a firm nod.
Here goes nothing.
Chapter 4. Dinner with the Moodwills. Ilona Moodwill was worried about change. A gardener at heart, she understood the necessity of change, relied on it even. But there was a difference between the controlled world of her plants and this cluttered cottage in a strange town. Almost done. Nellie was a blur of activity, digging through boxes. Sorry, love, couldn't find the dishes. We'll have to make do with paper plates.
Paper plates are always good.
Dinner went by without much conversation.
Mama dog.
As she watched Beck and Luka finish up their pizza, Ilona let herself relax into the chair. The things she cared about were still here. Nellie finally had the job of her dreams. Beck was beginning to take root. Ilona's task was simply to tend to them. She could do that.
Tell us a bit about yourself. Where do you live? I live with my grandma over on the other side of the river. Your grandma, where are your parents at? Beck, manners. It's alright. My dad passed away in an accident at the fertilizer plant 6 years back. My mom's been missing for a few months now. Like,
Luka's eyes were fixed to his plate, pushing a chunk of pineapple around with his finger. Nellie was the one who eventually broke the silence.
Luka, how did you like the pizza? Oh, it was good. Very good. Normally we'd have put more effort into dinner.
Ilona nervously gestured toward the boxes.
We aren't fully settled in, and Beck had mentioned that it's your favorite. I'm sorry, are we just skipping the part where he said his mom was missing? Beck! I'm sorry, Luka, this move has us all a little tired.
Luka wiped his face with his sleeve.
No, it's fine. So Beck said that you moved here for work.
Beck gave Luka a swift kick under the table.
Oh no. Ow. I mean, what brought you to Beacon Pines? Oh, you were right the first time. We're here for work. Nellie won't tell you this, but she's a brilliant chemist. I don't know about brilliant, but I do love it. She's brilliant. Perennial Harvest just made her their newest lead researcher of deep engineering. She makes it sound more impressive than it is. I'm just happy that I get to make a difference in the world. Perennial Harvest is at the forefront of evolving agriculture into something more useful than sprinkling water and excrement on the
Luka
ground.
glanced over to Beck. She seemed to be holding her breath.
What Nellie means, Luka, is that there are different ways to grow plants. Yep, some people talk to their plants and hope for the best, and some people happily leave their job to allow a loved one to pursue their dream. Uh-oh. You swore you
Beck
didn't.
Slammed her fist into the table, perhaps harder than she intended.
Hey, Luka, how about some dessert? I actually have to meet my friend Rolo
Luka
soon.
glanced outside to gauge the time. The sky was darker than he expected, filled with ominous clouds.
Looks like there's a storm brewing. I should get going. Oh, I didn't think there was any rain in the almanac. Yeah, almanacs aren't that useful
Luka
around
wiped
here.
his mouth one last time with his napkin and started to get up.
Thank you all for the pizza. It was really good. I'll see you at the festival, Beck. Well, that was intense. Wait up. I'll walk you home.
Surprised, Luka turned around. He knew Rolo could be prickly around new people, but Beck seemed cool. Rolo would warm up to her eventually, probably.
Luka began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to rumble. Well, Let's see how Break
Luka
does.
began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to break, revealing patches of star-filled summer night. Moonlight filtered down, shimmering in the treetops.
Let's see how this one does. Let's see how this path goes. Sure, you can meet Rolo. You're not going home? No, I promised Rolo I'd tell him
Luka
about...
stopped himself mid-sentence.
Promise you tell him what? Spit it out, bub. We're thick as thieves now. There's a juicy secret you've got to tell me. Okay, you can come to the treehouse and I'll tell you both what happened.
Luka saw Beck skulking by the gate.
So you're telling me there's nothing mysterious or creepy about this place? It's mostly boring and empty. I refuse to believe that. Big spiked gate, looming mansion, rich reclusive owners. It even smells shady.
Beck grabbed the wrought iron bars and shook the gate.
Mark my words, you decadent in my nightmare house. You will reveal your secrets to me. Oh, shit. What did you do? First of all, I told you so. Second, hide. That's Eris Valentine. Who is she talking to? Shh. I expect you to return that suit in working order. Of course, as long as everything proceeds as planned, there's nothing to worry about. The only thing I'm worried about is what's rightfully mine. If that means making some unsavory alliances, so be it. I couldn't agree more. There comes a time to suspend hostilities. I'll deal with our common threat. Now this is what I was talking
Voice
about.
was an excited whisper.
Proper shady stuff. Someone in a suit like that tried to grab me yesterday. Seriously? You do understand that when this all inevitably fails, I will deny everything. I wouldn't expect any less of you. You just worry about your part in this and let me handle the rest. I can't wait to see the look on that Rube Kerr's face. Yes, the truth will come to light. I'm still surprised you're so comfortable with the potential collateral damage. If there's one thing I've learned, is that change is painful. Wow, I was expecting shady, but that's just flat out supervillain talk. If you don't mind me asking, why are you doing all of this?
The mysterious figure retracted their mask, hair pushing out from all corners.
Family.
A chill ran down Luka's spine.
What the fuck?
His vision blurred. Beck stifled a sharp wince, and Luka looked down to see himself wrenching her hand.
An answer I can certainly respect. Oh,
Gran
hell.
tousled her hair back under the face mask.
Just remember, keep everything nice and normal until the festival. I don't need lessons in rousing
Gran
suspicion.
gave Eris a curt nod and disappeared into the night.
Well, that was certainly unexpected. Hope show.
Chapter 5. What big ears you have.
Of course, that's the name of this chapter.
Luka sat shivering in the bushes, staring at his feet. After checking to make sure the coast was clear, Beck gave him a gentle tug on his sweater.
What's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost. Why were you so scared of that old lady in the hazmat suit? That was my gran. That was your gran. Yep. Oh, well. I'm sure there's a perfectly reasonable explanation for all of this. Let's just get to the treehouse and figure things out there. Uh-oh. For the last time, there's nothing to worry about. Of course, we're not worried.
The clipboard finished writing with a scratchy flourish and looked up.
Just dotting our I's and crossing our T's. Well, maybe try minding your P's and Q's.
Mr. Nuncreed, arms crossed over his paunch, gave an exhausted sigh.
If there's anything you need knowing, you'll know it. Absolutely. If you'll just sign here, acknowledge everything is accurate, we'll be out of your hair in a flash. Oh, for the love of...
He snatched the pad and scribbled his name so hard the pen nearly snapped.
There. And would you like my eternal soul as well?
Clipboards looked at each other for a moment, almost pondering the possibility, then broke into laughter as they walked away.
They're like, yeah, we already have your soul. Do we even want to talk to him? Hi, Mr. Nuncree. Luka, let me give you some advice. Next time someone you don't know asks to hear your thoughts, give him a good hard bop and a kisser. Gran tells me just to keep away from the clipboards. That's good, that's good. Your Gran is a smart lady, Luka. Speaking of which, you better run along home now. Too dark out to be wandering on your own. A little sus. Fuck. Another day, another dollar. See you tomorrow, Z. Have you noticed how all the perennial harvest folks order the same drink? Decaf cappuccino with extra foam. Why? I don't know. I just thought it's a little odd. Pretty weird for sure. Well, if the customer's always right. That is not true, by the way, but see you bright and early tomorrow. This is nice. Yeah, the treehouse is just a little further from here. So what's your Brody Rollo like? Rollo, he's Rollo. Not particularly helpful. Sorry, I've just never thought about it. Lots of energy. He's funny even when he's not trying to be. Things have been tough for this family since the fowl harvest. It's about damn time you tell me what this fowl harvest thingy is. Kind of a long story. Hit me with the highlights. Okay. There used to be a fertilizer company here called Valentine's. They were kind of a big deal. Ooh, big deal fertilizer. It was a big deal to us. Their stuff really worked. Farmers loved it. So Valentine grew and grew. Beacon Pines pretty much grew around it. Most everyone in town either worked for Sharper Valentine or used as fertilizer. So things were good. I'm sensing a big but. Around 6 years ago, Sharper Valentine suddenly died. And something changed. Changed how? Could have been a bad batch. Maybe it was in the water or air or soil. Nobody knows. But all the crops died. And everyone blamed the Valentines. The foul harvest. Yep. Valentine's fertilizer went out of business. Half the town lost their jobs. Next year the crops came back, but something was different. You plant a crop, do everything right, and it's sort of a crapshoot what happens. And no one knows why? Nope. I'll take it. Rollo's farm got the short end of the stick. Yep, for some reason their farm was hit harder than others. Things have gotten better since Perennial Harvest came to town. Beacon Pines Reborn Initiative? Yep, first thing they did was give the town a deep scrub. They even put us up in hotels one town over for a week while they decontaminated the groundwater. I'm sure they did. We'd better get going. Yeah, I'm sure they decontaminated the groundwater. It's about time. I was about to give up and go home. Who's the new kid? Name's Beck. You must be Rollo. I see my reputation precedes me. Welcome to Mission
Rollo
Control.
waggled his head with pride.
You'll find we've spared no expense in construction. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I've seen worse looking piles of junk. Thanks. Hey Luka, you know the security concerns we talked about? Yep. While I was waiting, I made some improvements. Let me lock this baby down for a little test infiltration. Can't be too safe. Hey. He rolls up the window. He goes all out, doesn't he? Always lavish. I don't know how I managed to hit that, but I did. So funny. Where'd you guys get all this junk in the first place? There's a guy in town named Jeff who trades us junk for snacks. Junk food for junk. Nice. So, pretty sweet security, right? It was imaginative, I'll give you that. Luka, are we sure we can trust the new recruit? I'll vouch for her. Thanks, I guess. Okay, Luka, you promised to fill me in about the Valentine warehouse.
Luka sucked in a long breath.
Well, so like I said, there was someone there. I don't know, but the place was lit up and active. Maybe they were squatters. It seemed more organized. The man pulled me in. I saw some sort of equipment running. A man pulled you in? Yeah, but I got away. You keep saying it was a man. They were wearing a mask, right? Yeah. Then it could have been a woman. How'd you get away? I grabbed a rock or something and broke their mask. They let go and I ran. Dang. That's intense. No wonder you freaked out when you saw your grandma. Yep, that's the other part. On our way here, Beck and I saw Aries Valentine meeting with Gran, wearing the same sort of hazmat suit.
Let out a low whistle.
And they weren't there for idle chit-chat. It was a proper clandestine meetup. So let me get this straight. There's an operation in full swing in the Valentine warehouse. And you were almost abducted by a strange man or woman in a protective suit. Then you saw your Gran in the same suit, talking to Aries Valentine. Pretty much. Beginning to think that this town is kind of awesome.
Luka shot back a look.
Okay. No offense. So we can logically conclude aliens or... what? Or alien zombies have infiltrated the town. And their leader is your Gran and she tried to murder you. First of all, and for the last time, there are no aliens. Second, it couldn't have been my Gran at the warehouse. I broke that person's mask to get away. The mask Gran was wearing wasn't damaged. But she's definitely hiding something. Maybe. Your Gran is weird, but she might be the most boring person in the universe. But she did lock him out of the supply closet, which is a little sus. All she does is sit around all day making jam. Jam. What could she possibly have to hide? I don't know, we haven't talked much since she moved in. Moved in? Your Gran isn't from here? No, she came a few months back to take care of me after his mom went missing. Did you know your Gran before? Not really, no. It's been years since I'd seen her. Luka, don't take this the wrong way, but are we sure your Gran is on the up and up?
Luka gazed out the window.
Valid point. I'm just saying, sounds like strange stuff has been happening since she showed up. We could say the same thing about your family, but you're right. Luka, your Gran is hiding something. And Paul always says folks only bury stuff worth digging up. We need to investigate your house. If my Gran really is hiding something, don't you think I would have noticed by now? It's kind of the whole point of hiding something. I guess you're right. Gran's been leaving the house for hours at a time this week. I'll call you two tomorrow when the coast is clear. And we can start getting to the bottom of this. I'm always game for a good snoop. You can count me in.
Chapter 6.
Well, we are getting quite ahead in here. Let's see. What time is it? Okay, I think what I'm going to do yeah, I think so. So let me get this going here. Alrighty. Alrighty, y'all. Oh, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end up calling it a day today. I have got a lot of stuff to do, so I don't really have too much time to keep streaming, and I do apologize for that. But things are gonna be a little chaotic here in the next couple weeks. I pretty much have this week and like part of next week really to keep streaming, and then after that you guys won't see me again until September, due to me moving and starting school all within like a couple weeks of each other. So things are going to be a little bit chaotic and hectic after. What did I just do? Oh, I just like accidentally closed everything. That's so funny. But yeah, things are gonna be a little hectic and chaotic, kind of actually starting next week, the holiday week. So yeah, just I guess hang tight with me if you can, and totally understand if you can't. But yeah, like I said, you pretty much have me for this week and next week. Excuse me. And then after that, I will be gone until September. So I might try to come back earlier than September, but with me starting school August 21st, I am not entirely sure. But yeah. Other than that, y'all, I hope you guys have a great rest of your Tuesday. I will be back on tomorrow. Let me just check my schedule. Yeah, I got nothing going on tomorrow. I might be on a little bit later tomorrow just because I do have to go pick up some boxes, some moving boxes north of town. And it's gonna take me like over an hour to get up there, because you know it's like an hour away. So yeah. And with that, y'all, I will go ahead and leave you. Thank you for joining me today. If you join me, let me know if this is something that you want to see again, or if this was just kind of like a one-time thing. Who knows? I think tomorrow we might hop on and do a sim stream, or we might do a DDLV stream. I'm not entirely sure yet what I'm going to do tomorrow. But yeah. Alrighty, y'all. That is all I have. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Tuesday, and I will see you tomorrow again around 1:30 p.m. Central Time. Bye, y'all.